Coffee. The massive studio. I haven't even opened the curtains in here yet. That's coffee with liquid feed-in. I need to say something. Yeah, I could have done this first. I could have done this first. But there we go. You're not making me sit inside for the third consecutive year. You can fucking wait 3 seconds for me to make a seat so I can sit down. Coffee with liquid feed. So, there was a news story. News. I went for the first Centre for Journalism Studies in this entire country. The one that set a template for all other Centre for Journalisms. News. I trained to write news, didn't I? Oh God, I'm so dizzy. Right, so news story. Virtual hospital beds, apparently. Virtual hospital beds. The old and the quote-unquote vulnerable are going to be at home in hospital now. They're going to be monitored. I'm not going to talk about the old and the elderly. I'm going to stick to the word the vulnerable. The words the vulnerable. And the words frailty. It's really upset me. It's really upset me because it's terrifying. Because in 2020, 70% of the people who died in my country, and this is a report. This comes from a report by the government. 70% of people who died, so 7 out of 10 people in my country who died, quote unquote, because of COVID in 2020 did not die because of COVID. They died because of the policy to not treat us if we can't walk very well. They died because the National Institutes for Clinical Excellence said you let the people who can't walk very well die. You don't ventilate them, you don't try, you let them die if they can't walk very well. You hear my jaw? So if I at that point in time had ended up in hospital because of COVID, I would have been left to die. My muscles are sore from using my arms. Tired and shaky. So this article that's a feature today with the virtual beds talks about how the vulnerable and the elderly won't be going into hospital. They won't be staying in hospital. They'll be staying in hospital. They'll be treated at home with video calls. The vulnerable ones. The vulnerable ones. The ones that you said let them die, keep them inside. Because you said that, didn't you? As a country, you said that, you still do. Only they die. Only people like me. Doesn't matter if I die, right? Because I have an illness I was born with that's given me disabilities. So it doesn't matter if I die. Keep me inside. Because it was let them die. Keep them inside. Do you remember? Keep them inside so we can get back out there. Get back out there masklessly, with no distancing, with no concern for the vulnerable people who now aren't going to be kept in. They're going to be sent home. I don't know how you operate like that. I don't know how you operate like that. I don't know how you think like this. I don't know how you can think like this. Let them die. keep them inside. Frailty, the frailty score. So the real frail ones, the frailty score was used to decide who died. It was literally used to decide who to let die. And so now they're using the word frailty in all of this to decide who gets to go to hospital. Who gets to stay in hospital. And the ones with frailty, the ones who they let die would let die, now don't get to stay in either. They get virtual hospital beds. Meanwhile, you're still maskless in hospitals. You're still maskless in doctors' rooms. What's wrong with you all? Seriously? Seriously? You call us disabled? I don't know what's wrong with you all. It's such ableism. It's such discrimination, and you're part of it. You're part of it. And then you'll use stories about us to make you look better. Something man helps disabled child, blah blah blah. Something that helps disabled woman. It's like, really? It's hard enough being in bodies that don't work properly. Especially when those things get worse. It's hard enough anyway. And then a society like you into it all. This is my 3rd year. Well, actually, technically, this is my 4th year of shielding. Unofficially shielding. Because all of 2020, all of 2021, all of 2022, that's 3 years. We're now into 2023. The World Health Organization is saying, wear masks. But you're not wearing masks. I don't know what's wrong with you. Apparently, we're the disabled ones. Look at the state of you.